Woo, 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 woo. Hello, 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 my favorite entrepreneurs. Y'all aren't even going to believe this one. I spent all this money on December 31st for this brand spanking new laptop. I thought it was going to change my world. I hate it. So I am back to my old laptop. So hopefully things go well. But my new one, if anyone has advice, I think I'm just going to take it back. If I'm on Zoom, literally I'm on Zoom and then boom, it shuts Zoom down. My microphone works, but I can't see Zoom. It's like crazy. I don't understand this. So anyway, it's a Lenovo. I got that because I have the HP and they don't have the part to fix it. So anyway, can you even believe that? Anyone else having some issues with computers? So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Okay, so I've got some good stuff. Oh, Joni's like, you're thinking about getting a new one. I don't know. I'm just very disappointed. It was like crazy expensive. I almost had a heart attack, but the guy's like, this is the best. I can't stand it. It's slow and anyway, so if you know an entrepreneur, a direct seller, a coach, okay, I want you to have them tune in because this is going to be a game changer. All right. So if you are watching me live, I want you to tell me the name of your business, okay? I want you to tell me the name of your business. This is very important for what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, listen carefully. If I say to you, hello, Sally, this is my friend Jessica. Jessica, Sally is the owner of blankety blank, 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 right? I want to help to get you business. If you say that you are the doTERRA girl or the vitamin girl or the water girl or the pain relieving guy or whatever, right? If you're naming a brand, I can tell you, I would say that's really not the name of your business, okay? That is the name of the brand that you are a representative of, okay? So I want to know what the name of your business is. And if you're like, oh crap, I never thought about it. Okay, well, get your fancy pen out, okay? And your pencil, or your pen, your paper. Get your pen and your paper out and take some notes. I need you to name your business. Okay. So now we've written them down here. Awesome. Okay. So Joni, that's not the name of your business. That's the name of the product that you represent. So we need to name your business. If you haven't named it, okay, that's like number one, numero uno, what you have to do in the next 24 hours. Okay. So for those of you who have named your business, one of your homework assignments is going to be, I want you to go onto your personal page and I want you to type or do a video and say, the name of I'm doing some market research. The name of my business is the Water Queen. What is it that you think I do? Okay. So I want you to get some real life feedback. I want you to find out, do people even know or care about what it is that you do? Okay. So this is very important because sometimes when I work with people and I help them with their marketing and their attraction marketing, they're bringing people to them and they're naming their businesses. And I'm like, nobody's going to know what that is. So, or this is the other thing, right? We create curiosity, right? Touch your nose. We create curiosity. We want to bring people into us. Maybe yours is something like mine, the blessing method. And people are like, what is that, right? People are intrigued because of that word blessing, okay? So maybe they're not exactly sure, but it creates curiosity. So therefore, they're going to ask you about it, okay? So step one, name your business. Step two, okay, I want you to go on your personal profile today or in the next 24 hours. And I want you to tell people, this is what it is. Tell me, what do you think it is that I do? Don't leave me now to go do that, okay? Don't leave me now to go do that. All right. Oh, Joni's like, I got it. Okay. There you go. Perfecto mundo. All right. I love it. All right. I love seeing all these names. Oh my gosh. I'm going to come back and look at all of them. I'm streaming in a couple places, so I want to make sure I see all of them. Okay. So this is key, is naming your business. So if you're like, Erica, Who are you and why are you qualified to tell me this? Well, I have over 30 years, I know it looks so young, right? Of business and sales experience. I am a sales strategist. Do you realize that is different than, sorry, here's Axel over here, my dog. That's different than a sales coach, okay? I'm a strategist. What I do is I go into a business, whether online or in person, and I look for areas of opportunity. I show them tweak this, tweak this, tweak this, tweak this, and I help them to transform their business fast. Okay. So I'm going to give you some of those fast tips that you can do. Like, seriously, like when we hang up today, you can do this now. Oh, Joni is like my bestie right now. She says I look younger. Oh, wow. Thank you. Must be the good products. Okay. So the other thing that I want to say to you is if I were to say to you, what's your email? What's your email? And you're like, oh, it is I love pugs1954 at gmail.com, or I love green bananas at AT&T.net. Is it I love pink balloons? Okay. If the name of your company is not pink balloons, green bananas, or something to do with pugs, that is not professional. So when we hang up, you're going to go get yourself a Gmail and you're going to name it your business name. First, you need to Google and make sure your business name is available. What I tell you to do is go to Namecheap and see if the domain's available. Okay. If the domain's available, that's a pretty good shot that the name is available. Okay. So name your business and get yourself an email. Okay. Now notice I didn't say go to the G Suite and do all this, because since this is going to be your new business name, or maybe you're not sure, you might not want to invest all this money in it because you may be changing it in a month or two from now, right? So for right now, Gmail is free. Go get yourself a Gmail account. Okay. Namecheap is where I go to buy all my domains, and you can just go check and see if the name you're interested in is available. Okay. Can we all do this? Because I have been getting a lot of mail from people, which I love. And I've been getting emails and I'm like, who are these people? Because I look on the back or I look at the email and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know who this is. It's a business. And I was caught off guard and I was like, oh my gravy. I certainly must tell people about this. Whenever someone works with me, the very first thing we ever do is we create their Gmail. Okay. Their professional Gmail. And we make sure we start there. Okay. So that should be your starting point. Okay. So we've got three things to do, right? Okay. You guys got them? Anyone want to type them in the chat? We are going to what? Name our business. Okay. And if we already have it named, or after we name it, we're going to go on our personal profile. That's the page where on Facebook where, you know, the cats and dogs and your aunties and your uncles and your cousins are. That's the one where you're typically not selling. Okay. That's where you're going to ask it. Okay. Because that's like a real life audience. You want to know, what do they think it is? And then you're going to get yourself a Gmail and make it professional. Okay. Got it? We can all do this, right? Fast action steps. Okay. These little tweaks alone are going to raise the roof. They're going to elevate your business. Okay. They're going to elevate you, because some people, you know, maybe you're in direct sales, right? And someone might think, oh, it's just a hobby for that person, but they don't realize, no, you're going to be making, or you are making a lot of money, and it's not a hobby. This is your business. So what you have to do is you have to show up. Boop, boop, boop. You have to show up as the authority. You have to show up as that professional person. Imagine you were going to go to the dermatologist, right? And the dermatologist, okay, sends an email and it's like, I love horses, 1934. And you're like, what kind of doctor is this? Would you have been expecting that? No, you would be expecting blankety blank's office, Dr. So-and-so's, or the dermatology clinic, right? Oh, Sheldon said, what's the URL to check names? It is Namecheap, Name, and then cheap as in it doesn't cost a lot. That's the one I use. I'm sure you could check GoDaddy and other ones. I love it. Yes, please check. Okay, so do you guys see where I'm coming from about just showing up a little bit differently? And these are just fast little things that you can do in your business right away. All right, another tip. I want you to write down on your piece of paper the places that you have an account on social media. Now, I'm not saying, are they your business account? Is it your dog's account? Whatever. I'm just saying, do you have an account there? Okay, whether you use it or not. Do you have Twitter? Do you have Alignable? Do you have TikTok? Do you have Instagram? Do you have LinkedIn? Of course you have Facebook, right? Okay. So now write that list real fast, okay? And you can always watch this replay, okay? So write down the places on social media where you have an account. Now, even if you're not using it, it's like dormant, it's collecting cobwebs. Why not just go over there and just do a little edit, and you know where it says, where do you work? What do you think you should put where it says, where do you work? Should you be putting that you are the shift leader at McDonald's? Should you be putting that you are, working at the police department, the school? What should you be putting where you work? Can anyone guess for me? Where is it? Even if you work at McDonald's, even if you work at the police department, even if you work at the school, what do you think you should put as where you work? Anyone have a guess? Yes, your business, the one that you just named. Exactly. Bravo. Woo, woo, woo. Yes. Put the name of your business. Okay. Let me tell you something. If you were to approach me, okay, and you wanted to sell me vitamins, okay, and I look on your profile, whether it's Twitter or LinkedIn or Lineable or wherever, Clubhouse, or Facebook, and it says that you are a second grade teacher at Main Street Elementary School, I'm going to be like, what are you talking to me about vitamins for? Is this a scam? Is this a fake account? What is this? I'm not going to take you seriously. I might even be worried that you're trying to scam me. Okay. But if I look at your account and it says like Queen of Vitamins, I might be like, what? The Queen of Vitamins wants to talk to me about vitamins? Yes, yes, yes. Of course, I'm going to chat with you. You know what you're talking about. Okay. So please do yourself and your business a favor by making sure you are consistent, even if you're not showing up. So, like, let's say you're on Pinterest, right? Maybe you are not doing anything over there. But in your profile, could you not just write Queen of Vitamins? Okay. All right. So Facebook users like, I got all of these: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Shout. I don't know what Shout is. Shout. Remember that song? Okay. WhatsApp, Telegram, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, probably more. So you've got a list to go back to, my friend. Okay. And just all you need to do is edit your profile to your business name. So I'm talking about where you work. Okay. So it says like, where do you work? Occupation. That's what you need to list there. I'm telling you, these tiny little tweaks that most people are never taught about are going to make the world of a difference. Okay. And if you already follow my blessing method, you know what's going to happen next. You're going to be triggering people, asking you questions, and boom, you're going to get leads and you're going to send them a survey and all this stuff. But if you're not following the blessing method, okay, just do these tweaks. Okay. And it's going to elevate you. And you know what else? Boop, boop, boop. You're going to stand up taller because you are not just the person who sells the gel. You are the pain relieving. Let me see. I can't think of the name. Okay. Everything I say has to do with the word queen. Okay. Okay. We'll say king. You are the pain relieving king. Okay. You stand taller because you are the CEO of your own company. You're not hiding behind somebody else's brand. Okay. And I'm telling you, because I've been in direct sales almost 20 years, that when you shift your words from hiding behind your brand to you being the authority, I'm telling you, you will just with that is going to make a huge difference in your sales because you are going to look like the specialist, right? Think about this, okay? If you find someone who does your hair really well, right? Do you not follow them from salon to salon to salon, right? Haven't you ever done that? I remember when I moved to Rhode Island, I was flying back to Pennsylvania to get my hair done, okay? Then I found a place. I lived in Rhode Island, but I then went to Massachusetts to get my hair done. I mean, then I moved to Connecticut and then I was going to Rhode Island. I was always traveling to get my hair done because you follow that person because they're the expert, right? So if you brand you, right, and you're known as the blankety blank expert, if you decide to change companies or if you decide to, maybe the brand that you're representing goes out of business. I'm not jinxing anyone. I'm just saying, or maybe you decided to add on some things. You're already known as the expert. People trust you. They know you. They love you. They value your opinion. It will be much easier for you versus every time you start a new company, changing your name or going and telling everyone, I'm with this brand now, I'm with this brand, I'm with this brand, because then you just look like a hot mess. And people are like, why isn't this person consistent? They'll never know you're changing brands, right? If you brand you. Am I making sense? Can somebody please tell me in the chat? Please tell me, am I making sense? Oh, this Facebook user said they're a nail tech. Do you know I had a nail salon when I was 19? I was a nail tech. All right, so we've got Anne is going to ageless skin with Anne. Everyone love that? Give Anne a shout out if you love that name. I think that is fabulous. I think that's fabulous. Okay, so Facebook user says, I am making sense. Awesome. You know why I love to do these lives? Because then you guys can ask me questions. If you're like, Erica, I don't even know what you're talking about, tell me. I'll rephrase it, or if you have a question. I love questions. My little girl, Grace, many of you have seen her. She's like, Mom, I think I might ask too many questions. And I said, no. You never ask too many questions. And she said, well, some people might get irritated. I said, no. The biggest gift, I get teary-eyed, the biggest gift that you can ever give yourself is asking questions. Guys, I did not raise my hand from second grade on. I never raised my hand, okay? Because I was afraid that I would ask her a crazy question, okay? And it really hurt me because I didn't learn as much, right? Because I didn't ask for clarification. And I always tell people in business, I promise you, you're 2 questions away from the biggest sales ever. But so many people stop and they don't ask their potential client questions and they just miss out on sales. So please, everyone on here, pinky promise with me that you will ask questions, okay? So if you take a course from me, do you guys know what I say? I say 15 minutes. That's the rule, 15 minutes. If you're stuck on something for 15 minutes, ding, on the 16th minute, type it and I'm going to help you. Okay. Oh, she raised her hand for show and tell. I love it. Okay. So I've given you guys some stuff to do, right? Name your business. Okay. Ask people what they think it is that you do. Okay. Get your free Gmail account and go to all of your social media and I want you to edit it. Okay. Now I've saved the biggest one. Okay. Now, what I want you to do right now is I want you to write down number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in a row. Do you have a fancy pen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Number 1 through 5 on your piece of paper. If you're like me and you like a Google Doc instead of a piece of paper. See, if I have too many pieces of paper, I don't even know what happens to them. So I cannot have too many pieces of paper. I use a Google Doc or I have a clipboard and I keep everything on there. Oh, look at this. Anne said, as a retired teacher, the only dumb question is the one that isn't asked. I love that. That should be a t-shirt, Anne. You should make a business with that. That's a good one. I love it, right? Don't you guys love that? So everyone has 1 through 5 written down. Okay. So before you start writing, okay, I want you to think. Okay. So if we were going to have a sales chat, okay, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to audit your business. Okay. I'm going to tell you. This is hypothetically, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do in your business so that you can change it, okay? So that you can either, maybe you're making a lot of money and you want to make more. Maybe you're not making a lot of money and you want to make more, whatever it is. I'm going to come in, I'm going to ask you some questions about your business and I'm going to create a plan for you, okay? But before I could do any of that, do you know what I would ask you? I would say to you, number 1, I want you to write this down. I want you to write the answer to this question down, okay? So, how do you get your clients? How do you get them? How do you get your clients? And so on the answer to number 1, you would write down how you get them. Do you go onto Facebook groups and pretend to be friends with people and message them and have a whole chit chat and you have to track all this stuff, then to ask them if they want to chat with you on Zoom? Do you have people take your survey and weed out those who are not interested, close the sale fast? Do you have lead boxes or lead frames? Do you go to networking events? So how are you getting these people? How do you get these? I guess I should say, how do you get leads? How do you get leads? That should be the question. How do you get leads? How do you get leads for your business? So number 1 is, how do you get leads? Number two is, how do you close the sale? How do you present so that you have the opportunity to close the sale? Do you send them a video and wait for them to tell you that they're interested? Do you send them samples and wait for them to come back to you and say, I'm ready? Do you send them to a website and tell them to order? Do you have a 15-minute business chit chat with them and that's when they buy from you? Do you have like a big event and you just put a link and everyone pays? How does the money change hands? How do you present what you have to offer, and how do you get that money? How does that happen? What is your process for that? Okay. I know I'm making you think. Don't leave me now, friends. This is critical. Okay. All right. So how do you get your leads? And then how do you present? And how does that happen? How do you close the sale? All right. Ready? Number three. How do you follow up with people consistently? Oh no, I added the C word. I know. Do you follow up consistently? Some people have a boatload of leads. Like, we need a backup. Beep, beep, beep. We got to back up a dump truck. We got so many leads. It's overflowing, right? But they're not following up with them. Okay. Do you have a lot of people that you're like, I know that they want to buy, but I'm not following up? Maybe most people don't follow up because they don't have the words, or it's been too long and they feel awkward about it, right? So like, how do you do that consistently? Do you have a tracker? Do you have a CRM that alerts you? Do you have a pile of papers? Do you have a Google sheet? Do you just this? Is it just this? Is it when you get around to it? I know these are tough questions, guys, but just think of me as your sweet, slightly older sister who wants to help you because she loves you, okay? I know that these questions are hard for some people, but you know what? If I don't ask these hard questions, you can't change your business. And I've been in business for 30 years. As I said, I've been extremely successful. And I had a salon when I was 19. I had a Jamaican restaurant when I was 21. I sold cars. I was in the weight loss industry. I traveled around the whole United States, and my job was to walk into a weight loss center. It's a retail service one, figure out why they're not selling as much and increase their sales. I quadrupled their sales in a 2-week time period, over and over and over again. I was not a one-hit wonder, and again, top leader in direct sales. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm probably missing something that I did in there. I forget. I have a lot of jobs. Okay. Anna's being honest. I appreciate you, Ann, for your honesty. She said, follow up is my hardest thing. And you know what? And it is for most people. It really is, because is it the words? Is it the words and the timing? Like, when do I follow up and what do I say? I think that's the hardest for most people, right? Let's see what Ann has to say, or someone else type it. Okay. So we're back to our numbers for a minute. Okay, so how do you follow up? When do you follow up? How do you keep track? Okay, so the next one is, after someone purchases from you, what is your steps? Like, do you see them again for like a check-in? So I believe in a 10-day check-in. Okay, so regardless of industry, checking in 10 days later. If you sold a car to someone, don't you think in 10 days you should check in? Because they probably can't figure out where the CD player is, because the cars don't come with them anymore, right? Even though you told them at the walk around, they forgot, right? Or if you sold vitamins or oils or hair stuff, or if you're a coach, checking in 10 days later to make sure everyone knows where everything is and how to use them, I think is important, right? So what do you do after it? Do you check in with them? Meaning not just texting them and saying, are you using your products? Do you have any questions? I mean, having an actual appointment where you chat with them, right? Okay. Do you have an email sequence that they get? Do you have texting? Do they get? Do they get ringless voicemail? Do they get postcards? What is it? What do you do in your business? All right, so Joni said, did you get the order? And then a couple weeks, what do you think? Okay, so I would say to you, Joni, if you want to increase your sales, not to say, what do you think? I would have an appointment with them and have them show you how they're using their products, right? Because they might not be using them correctly. They might have forgot why they bought them. And that's also an opportunity for you to sell more. So in my blessing method, I teach a 10-day appointment. And usually in that 10-day appointment, depending on your price point, you might sell $300 more. Even though they just bought $300, they're going to buy probably the same amount or if not more the second time 10 days later. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. So what do you do after they become your client? Okay. So these are the things I want to know. And then the last thing is, what do you do to get back in front of your clients to retain them? So let's say it's been a year. Let's say it's been 6 months. Do you decide, oh my gravy, I better hold a sale. I'm going to slash those prices so I can get back in front of people? Are you cutting your prices because you feel like that's what you need to do in order to get back in front of people? What do you do? Or is it that you have a program where they have like a punch card or something like that, or they buy X amount of products and now it's time for more, so you're reaching back out to them? Everybody has a different business. There's so many different people from all around the world watching us, right? So everyone's going to have something that's a little bit different. And the most important thing is it bringing you in money, like profit, meaning that you're not slashing your prices too much, so you still are, making money? Are you retaining your clients? Like, do you even know, like, let's say you had 10 appointments, right? And if you're following the blessing method, probably 10 bought from you. Let's just say 9 did. In a year from now, do you still have those 9 plus more clients because you got referrals? Do you have a way that you can go back and look and make sure that you are retaining these? I think the biggest thing in business is so many people don't realize that the words that they are using with their clients are actually costing them money. Not holding a 10-day appointment, not asking strategic questions actually costs money. Because a lot of times, if you say to someone, well, do you like your products? Or are you using them? They say yes. It's like a knee-jerk reaction, right? But if you were to hold an appointment and show them how to use the products, and then let's say you do the blessing method, they filled out a survey and you know everything that they need. And let's say they didn't buy these 3 things. And now you bring up those 3 things. Don't you think that they're going to want to buy them because you took the time to show them why they needed it? And they realize that you're there to hold their hand and to make sure that they're not just a number to you. I believe people want to know that they're important to you and not just a number. So I want you to look back at those. I know that those are some very hard questions that I asked, and maybe many of you don't have those answers, and that's okay. But I want to tell you something. The longer you go without having a 5-step process for your business, the sooner you're going to be out of business. Okay. So like I said, 30 years of experience. Now think about it. If you go to McDonald's, they have a process, right? You walk in, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? Do. They have all the systems in place, how they make it, how the drive-thru runs. You go to your salon. They know they do the appointment. Then the person does this. Somebody shampoos your hair. But like all this, there is a system. Okay. Every business that you go to, except for oftentimes our home-based businesses, that's where because it's on us. We didn't have anyone to tell us how to set it up, right? We don't know what we're missing out on. When I created these folders, it was because I was realizing I was missing out on money. And when I'm missing out on money, do you know what that means? I was missing out on serving people. And that broke my heart. So these aren't for show, guys. These are how I run my business. Okay. I never miss out on an opportunity to serve somebody. Okay. So as you wrote those down, if you're upset because you don't have them, that's okay, because I can help you. All right. But if you're looking at that and you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that before. Well, that's where I come in as a sales strategist, because that's how my noggin works. I have this special gift because I've had my brain injuries. I swear this is my gift. I can look at a business and I can just boom, boom, boom. Like if I walk into a pizza parlor, I cannot help myself. I just start, if they tweak this and this and this, and then boom, they're making all this money all of a sudden. So, I want you to think about how you want your business to be for 2023. It almost looks like a rhyme. What did you do last year? Did you have 100 new clients? Do you want to have 100 new clients this year, or do you want to have more? Or do you want to keep the 100 that you had? Do you want to turn those 100 to 500 with a referral program? What do you want to do? Write that at the bottom of your list. What's a realistic goal? Because if you say, I want to be a bazillionaire, and you haven't even sold $1, I'm good, but I'm not that good. I want it to be a realistic. Do you want to quit your job that you have? Do you want to pay off debt? My direct sales company, when I started, I had $15,000 in debt, and in 3 months, paid that off. So I know what can be possible, with different businesses. Okay. So you have to ask yourself, what is it that you want? Okay. So I want to tell you that if there's anything that I said and you're like, I need a little more information on that, or you want to make some more tweaks in your business, I am going to be having a workshop coming up at the end of the month. It's a micro workshop. I love a micro workshop. I almost said I love a microwave, which we do know I do love a microwave because that's how I cook. A micro workshop is an hour. Okay. It's an hour and it's going to give you principles and it's going to help you. Okay. So this is the winter micro workshop. We had one for the fall. You guys loved it. So I'm bringing it back in a different way. This is all about how to get organized to increase your sales. So like I just told you some things about, branding yourself and things like that. There's some other things that you need to do to make sure that you don't miss out on opportunities with your planning, with your follow-up, with your systems, whether your folders or boxes or online. There's some critical things that you need to do to make sure that your business is running smoothly. So many people are missing out on orders because they don't know where the person's contact information is. But I would say, working with thousands of businesses, most businesses are missing out on opportunity because they're afraid to follow up because it's been so long. They didn't know what to say. And these people's names have been in an envelope. How do you say that, right? Or they've been tucked away in a binder or in the bottom of a purse or in the car somewhere. Okay. So I'm going to give you an hour in this micro workshop. Okay. There's two options. And I'm going to give you Canva templates. They are organizing tools that I have created, that I have proven that they work. Okay. It's $47 if you want to come. You'll get Canva templates. You'll get an hour. It's on Zoom. You can ask me questions. You'll get the recording. You'll get the written transcript. And we are going to organize your business. Okay. If you're like, okay, that sounds good, but I don't really know where to start. Okay, so I'm giving you a second option with this, okay? So go to wintermicroworkshop.com and you'll see the two options. The second option is you're going to get everything from option one, plus you're going to get an hour with me. And this is going to be an audit, okay? So what I'm going to do is, like I told you with my magic noggin, I'm going to look at your business. And I'm going to tell you exactly, I'm going to lay out a plan for you. And we'll talk about if it sounds good to you and if it's doable for you, what your thoughts are. I'm not going to be like, this is what you have to do. No, we'll talk about it. But I can show you, because so many times we're like overwhelmed. And what do? We buy a million courses. We sit and consume all this YouTube free content. We try to take this information and this information and this information and smash it together. And it might not work for our business, right? So I'm going to just streamline it. We're going to level the playing field, and you're going to start 2023 on a fresh start. No longer confused, no longer putting following up off, no longer putting showing up online off. We're going to start fresh. Okay. So if you want to attend, it's $47 right now. It's going to be at the end of the month. And again, it's on Zoom and you'll get all the recordings. Go to wintermicroworkshop.com. And if you invite people, there's a little script if you would like to. There'll be a drawing. We'll do a vacation. It'll be a trip. You can choose Florida. I think it's Florida, New York, Las Vegas. Okay. I hope that I will see you. I hope that this was helpful. So now I want you to go back. I want you to come back to this, or you're watching this, okay, tomorrow. And I want you to tell us the results. So you named your business, okay, and you post it on your personal page. And then what did people think you do? Okay, can we do that? Pinky promise? I want to hear what you had to say. All right, I love you guys. I hope you have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. And I can't wait to see you on Zoom for our winter micro workshop. Bye. Love you guys.